Okay then, this is a rough video to show you what my idea of brickwork is. First of all, we do a sketch with our two bricks. The bricks are 1mm high by 3mm long, and the mortar gap in between is 0.2. So having got the two bricks up, then the next move is to give them a thickness. In this case I've done 1.5mm. Then the next stage is to pattern them. In this case, you can see I've just patterned 1, 3, 7 bricks on both of them. Then we add another sketch on the top, which will be to provide our mortar fill, as it were. Now the sketch on the top here, as you can see, is 0.2mm from the end of that brick, 0.2mm from there, and 0.2mm from the brick underneath. This will be filled in and will fill the gaps, as you'll see in a moment. Then we press there, extrude off that end brick, extrude off the other end brick, and also extrude that pattern down, so you end up with this basic form for your brickwork. You can see there the top mortar, that mortar there is ready, so that when you copy the whole thing on top of that, you get a mortar joint in there. On the very top layer, then obviously you can use the extrude tool to get rid of that mortar when you've finished adding them together. The next stage now is to extend them, say, if we want to. So if you want to extend it to make the wall longer, then what we do there, let's switch off the sketches a moment. So what we're going to do now is go into you can do rectangular pattern or copy. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to say copy. So what we're going to do then is select that body to copy it. And I'm going to do a point-to-point copy, because what I really want to extend it is I want to end up with a half a brick there, but if I just copy that on there, that's the half brick, which I don't want. So what I'm going to do is go point to point, and I'm going to go from that point there, where are we now, that point there, so origin point, I'm going to click that one, and I want that one lined up with that one there, okay, and click on there. I'll put the create copy on, and you can see then that doubles up the wall and keeps our mortar lines on the end here at each end fine, and gives us our half bricks as we want it. And then we can go stop. The next thing now is to make it a bit heavier. So again you can create pattern, or you can do move copy. It's entirely up to you what you do, but I'm going to do create pattern. So we create a pattern, and we're going to go bodies. Now at the moment I got two bodies, so before I do that, let's combine those bodies. Let's combine all the bodies into one and combine them. And yes, so I've got one body now up here instead of a pile. Highlight that one body and then go into create, and the bodies are selected, and I want to go on the axis, so I'm going to go upright, so I choose an upright axis here, and then I move them up. Now I want to create, let's create 3 layers for the moment. I can do it by eye, but I can also do it because I know that each brick is 1mm high, and I've got a mortar joint of 0.2. So therefore the distance between them is going to be 2.4. So if I type in there minus 2.4, that will line them up nicely, and I can put 4 layers in there, and I can see there, if I go back there, why are they not, there we go. Okay, so you can see now I've got my wall nicely, whole brick, half brick, whole brick, half brick. Now I want to do a wall at right angles to that, so the answer to that one now is to take this piece and put it out here at right angles. But before I do that, again I'll combine them, because that way then we got less walls to work with. combine them all. Now I can pick that wall. Now I want to copy that wall and move it at right angles. So what I'm going to do is to go into the copy one. I'm going to go into the free mode and make sure I do a copy. And first of all, I want to spin that round at right angles. So I'm going to pick that one there and spin that round. Oops, at -90. Okay, now without pressing enter or return, leave it like that and go over and swap your move copy from free copy onto point to point. And with point to point on, then I want to select that point origin, which is going to be the corner of that brick there, and I want that to line up with the corner of that brick there. Okay, do that and you can see then how my corner comes in perfectly. Okay, and then I will repeat the pattern on the other side and on the square side, which will give me the full building. Now, assuming I've got those other two squares in, to highlight them again, I would combine them because it just makes it easier. You don't have to combine, entirely up to you. And then okay, and then I'm going to get some height to it. So again, highlight the entire thing. But before I do, what is a good idea here is to measure how far you're going to move it up. Now, effectively, what you want is you want this coarse bottom of these bricks sitting on that mortar. So what we want to do is to measure from there up to there. So it's 9.6. So what we're going to do is come into there, copy. We can copy it, or really, I suppose you can also pattern it, because if you're doing several, you might want to do that one. So bodies there, highlight the body, and the axis is going to be in the upper direction. And let's say I want to do 3 courses. So the spacing now, I think we said was 9.6, wasn't it? Which is there, 9.6. And okay, and there we can see now all the corners are correct, and it would be the same if we done on the other side. And then to finish off, all you need to do then is highlight that one, hit the extrude and bring it down to there to get rid of your mortar joint. So that, hopefully you can see the corners are lovely. Now if you find, if the walls are too thick, because at the moment we've got a wall thickness there of 1.5, which is probably fine. But if you want to make them thinner or thicker, then all you need to do there, again, let's combine it into one drawing. And then all you've got to do really is highlight that one, and you can extrude it or make it thinner. Don't go too far, otherwise you'll lose your bricks. And you can just adjust that there as a thinner wall. And that's basically it. You can do the same thing on a curved wall in the same way, but you'd have to draw the corner bricks slightly differently so they all match up. But hopefully that gives you a rough idea of where I'm going with this. Now if we'd done it this way and we wanted to compare, you can see we want that one half brick to match with that one. So what we can do now is highlight that lot in that sense, do a move and copy, do a free move, hit the copy command, spin it round like so, -180, -180. Then, without doing anything while it's still selected, go over to point, and then what you want to do now is we want to be able to move that one there. So what you're doing is you're looking at lining up that corner with this corner. So if we click on that one and then click on that one, And there's our complete with all the bricks and all the corners as they should be. Okay, that's a very quick video. Hopefully, I don't know how you feel. Please let me have your comments as to whether you think it's a better way of doing brickwork. I think it's a quicker way, and it also ensures the corners all lined up. And as I say, once you've got that initial, let's just go back a bit. Where are we? Once you've got that initial one there, then you can add more on. So the answer is to create your basic pattern there, and then to multiply that out, as I say, all you've got to do is copy it and copy it up here, but you need to make sure that this half brick overlaps this one, because ideally you want this one covering that one. So when you copy it, just make sure that you do point to point, and you're actually copying that point there to that point there. That then will convert this to a full brick. Okay, I think that's all for the moment. Let me have your comments anyway. Okay, ta-da, bye boys, see you again.
We are always looking for future talking topics, so please raise a question in the comments section and we'll try and make a video for you available in the future.